vice president. But at this moment, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of rallying support with the Democratic Party for her to take over to be the standard bearer.
As he heads to Alaska, does President Biden leave G20 emboldened or weakened, really, given that some of the focus is less around the substance and or some people would say the pop of some of these events and more on some of these other issues like the speech?
Well, I think optics will be about the speech. Optics will also be about the communique. I mean, the communique regarding the war in Ukraine has really irked the Ukrainians this morning. They don't even mention Russia's invasion of Ukraine. They talk about making sure that there's no countries that are going after another country's territorial integrity. That is a big walk back from the communique we saw at the G20 in Bali. But what you'll hear from behind the scenes from those officials that these are just words. What's actually happening is that China actually left a huge hole by not attending this G20. India was able to have a successful G20, and the United States and other countries were able to coalesce around the global south. India, South Africa, Brazil. They want to make sure these countries are on board.
I'll bring back domestic. And this folks, I should point out that Michael Bloomberg, the principal of the shop and his TV and radio network as well, wrote an essay on immigration this weekend. 1976, Ford on a different topic to New York City. New York City dropped dead. There it was. I can remember it clear as a bell at the time. Where is the dynamic in your Washington about any of the given cities, including New York City and the migrant crisis that we have? What is the administration going to do?
Well, what's fascinating about this is that what you see is a Democratic mayor, a Democratic governor come out and really put the feet to the fire of a Democratic administration for more help when it comes to the migrants in these cities. This is going to be a huge fight starting this week as we potentially have a government shutdown September 30th. What you see is the administration asking for more Ukraine aid. Speaker McCarthy is going to have a rough time getting that through on a continuing resolution to keep the government open. So potentially he wants to cipher that off and put that with more funding towards the border. But with that would also come controversial asylum provisions. So this is going to be a huge debate this week when it comes to federal funding on the border, but also potentially...
Do we have time for debate? Or do we have time for... I don't mean now. No, I don't mean us.
60 seconds if you want to debate.
I don't mean us. No, but John, it's just the whole debate here, like the urgency here, the leaves are changing. It's getting colder. And I want to...
We're talking about immigration in New York.
Migrants in New York or Chicago. The Guardian had a wonderful essay this weekend on Chicago, compare and contrast with New York. It's not just New York.
So first and foremost, we should all be deeply uncomfortable using people to make political points. But the point that Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, has made, regardless, is an incredibly effective one. It is proven to a certain degree that this has always been a not in my backyard phenomenon, which that New York has not had to experience in quite the same way. And now it does. Anne-Marie, they've got a different view on it.
They do. They're trying to set up places where they can put these individuals, and they're also don't have the infrastructure, the funding they feel need to adequately provide, because then it becomes a big humanitarian crisis.
MH, it's good to see you here in New York. More from Anne-Marie through the morning right here in New York City. Equity futures on the S&P 500 just about positive by 0.4%. From New York, this is Bloomberg. Stocks near session highs in the equity market on the S&P 500. There is a lift here across the board on the S&P, on the Nasdaq as well. Equities on the S&P positive by 0.4%, on the Nasdaq 100 up by 0.6%, on the Russell small caps elevated by 0.56%, following a week of losses on the S&P 500 for the first full week of trading for September. In the bond market, 2-year, 10-year, 30-year, your curve looks like this morning. A 2-year moving away from 5% at 498.84. A 10-year yield pushing higher by 3 basis points and getting closer to 430 at 429.40. On a 10-year yields higher by, let's call it 4 basis points. On a 30-year to 437.82. Going into CPI on a Wednesday and going into retail sales on Thursday. And to finish in foreign exchange, the euro just a bit stronger through the last couple of hours, positive by 0.2% against the dollar. Had a look at 106 last week, back to 107, 107.26. Our conversation with the Commissioner on the Economy, Paolo Gentiloni, about an hour ago, Tom, on the growth forecast, lack thereof, should we call it that? Cuts to growth forecast out of Europe early this morning.
We play this banner from radio. I'll explain this carefully. A lot of people in earnings and economics are going back to, okay, where were we in 2019? Which I think seems to be a valid idea. Top line GDP, including inflation, the United States, John, from the end of 2019 up 24%. All that stimulus, life is great. In Europe, I was thunderstruck running a 2% rate, up 8% over the same period. That is the Euro-US difference.
And are we going back to all of that? Low trend growth in Europe, based on a forecast we've seen this morning. Throw in Germany too. This is something we didn't have time to talk about with the Commissioner, Tom. The fact we've had recession there, basically, stagnating growth, and we still have an inflation problem. And there are hopes here that if you get softer growth, inflation goes back to target. Not the experience of Europe over the last year.
Are they having the 3-month annualized thing? Nick Timmerman in the Journal today, Mike McKee mentions it. He's been doing it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, all on his Western tour. The basic idea is disinflation is in place in America. Ken Lagarde say, I believe it's Thursday, that disinflation is in place in Europe. I'm not so sure when I look at Brent, $90, 34 cents.
Certainly not with the same confidence, that's for sure. Under surveillance this morning, the President of the United States, President Biden, confirming his meeting with China's Premier Li Qiang at the G20 summit over the weekend. This marks the highest level meeting between the US and China in 10 months. Also at the summit, leaders backing a new plan to link trade between